It is November. I know, November 2022. And in October, I said that it was going to be a little nerve-wracking, a little up and down, a little intense. I thought November would level out. Take a deep breath. November is still going to have that energy of intensity. Now, the numerology of November 11, 2022, that all adds up to an 8, which is wonderful. We love 8s. 8s are abundance, 8s are infinity. And I feel like the infinity that's coming in for November is going to feel like an infinity, I can't even say it. It's going to feel like it's out of balance. It's kind of one of those things that it's pretty intense out there right now. And with the changing of the times and the changing of the seasons and going into winter holidays and all of that brings with it, life is going to get just a little bit busier. It's going to get a little more challenging. There's a lot of people right now that are leaving the planet, surprisingly leaving the planet. So understand that you should not let a day go by without telling your loved ones how much you love them, without being the person that you really desire to be. It's because in November 2022, you're searching for that balance of abundance and actually lack during the entire month. I know it's not really lack, but the 8 really tries to stay in balance, so you get to be a really good steward of your money during November. The feeling is to just go out and shop and buy all the presents that you want and have big family dinners and all of that. And you can certainly do that. But I would recommend being a little frugal, because the energy in November, as we are seeing it, is sort of a gearing up month, an accelerating month. So the energy from October is going to be accelerating. And so that means it's a little more out of balance than it was prior to this. So it's kind of, it feels like when we go into the energy of November, and I don't want to frighten you, but it feels like when we go into the energy of November, it's like, how when you're following your GPS and you're downtown in a very busy downtown area, and there's all these really tall buildings around, so your GPS can't get a good signal, and you turn and it's not wrong, and you turn and it's wrong, and there's a one-way street and that doesn't work, and then you're going the other way and that doesn't work. That's kind of what it feels like, a little bit like a pinball machine bouncing back and forth in the month of November. That being said, it is also the month that begins going inside. I've actually had 2 or 3 people contact me and ask me if I would be interested in doing a silent retreat in November. It would be perfect to do one in November, because it's kind of the energy of going inside will be a bit of a saving grace. It will be a time to meditate. So please do not skip those meditations. Do not skip your own spiritual practice in November. It's really about honoring yourself. Those 2 1s, 1 1, that is the 11, and that stands strong in the new energy that's coming in this next year. So with that new energy that's coming in this next year, you want to be very really devout in your own feeling and where you are. So keep that balance going. What we see is that 2022, as you know, is about getting a new project off the ground, getting a new program off the ground. That's why we've worked on the Channeler's Method to get it up and running. We've worked on several different projects, like Chrysalis Academy, to get that up and running. So that's what 2022 is all about. And that's coming to a close in this next 2 months. So in November, I know, take a deep breath. In November, pay attention to your loved ones. Pay attention to your loved ones that you may have a little trouble with, because they are still a part of your soul family. And it is important to clarify that and to understand that they are in your life for a reason. They are present in your world for a reason, and they are still that reflection. They're still connecting you with a part of you. That's what we say when we mean to go inside, is to really do some nice soul searching this month. And the ones represent standing courageously diligent without any form of foundation. So that is what this month is all about. Now, this month is also a month when the Archangel Raphael is going to be there to help you. So call upon the Archangel Raphael. Call upon that energy. It is not something that is just airy-fairy and all of that. The archangels are liaisons that connect to the earth humans. So Raphael is a healing angel. Raphael works with the intuition. Raphael works with several of your innate abilities. So that's why in this month, it is going to be so important to learn to trust your intuition. So when your GPS starts going wacko, you can stop, breathe, and then know which way is your most power-filled way to turn. It's a time when you will be looking for that balance. You will be searching for that energy to keep you upright. But remember, if you feel like you're falling over, you are becoming an infinity sign. The 8 sideways is the sign of infinity. And so be aware of the intention you put in your feeling of being out of balance, or your feeling of being on your side. Your feeling, if you are focused on those things that don't seem to be happening, that's the energy that's going in to the abundance of what is being created in this month. This is a really good month to pay attention to your finances. It's a really good month to pay attention to your relationships that you wish to rekindle, and your relationships that you're sort of ready to let go of. You know, relationships are like guides. Some of them come and go. So be aware that this is the month to sort of start analyzing and looking at what's happening in your world and really where you are going with it. So the things that I want you to remember for November 2022 is it is abundant, and it is abundant in being a good steward of your life. To keep your balance, you want to meditate and journal. You want to get all those feelings that are building up inside of you out on paper so they're not coloring your own vision of what you're seeing. You want to understand that some relationships will be rekindled and some relationships will be let go of. So be aware that those changes are happening in this world. And know that there are many people leaving the planet. That's why it's so important for you to say what you need to say to the people that are in your life. Show them that you care for them. Write thank you notes to those people that inspired you. Be honest and close to the people that are important in your life. That is what I see for November 2022. Now, also keep in mind that when you keep all that in balance, it is a tremendous energy of a positive frequency that will raise your vibration. So know that you've got two things going on here. You've got one thing that's kind of moving by the wayside and kind of transforming in itself, and one thing that's coming in and is expanding in joy and love and life, in celebration. So this month is a month of change. This month is a month of abundant change in your world. Pay attention to your finances. Pay attention to those things in your life that are important. And be aware that you are a being of light. You are a part of the change makers on this planet. You are a part of the energy that is coming in for 2023. You volunteered to be here at this time of the world. So be aware that every encounter you have is a significant encounter. Take a deep breath on that one, huh? It's going to be a great month. It's going to be a wild month. It's going to be a fun month. So, play games with your family. Literal games, not mental games. Gather your friends around you. And know that this month is abundant in your own intentional manifestation. I love you all. Namaste. Namaste, y'all.